All right, next morning we're heading to the airport. Ride will be here in about 9 minutes. It's time to say goodbye to Vegas. And hello, Albuquerque. So we're at the zoo. The shuttle is down, so to go to the aquarium, I'm gonna have to take another ride. One under there too. There's somebody hiding over there. Oh, it's like, nope, they will not smile for the camera. It's a cool dinosaur mural in the reptile area. Oh, Komodo dragons. £300. There's the Komodo dragon. I feel like there's something. Green tree python. That one blends in really well. It took me a second to spot him. Pit viper. This one I'm not seeing. Oh, that one's a big guy in the back. Australia. Who is this? Oh, up there. Oh man, he's just luxuriating. This one's moving around a bit. Go to sleep. Close your eyes. Or has there been no parcel tongue? See, this one is from North America. This chuckwalla is right down here in the front, hamming it up. Oh wow. Wow. What a ham. So I heard a bunch of kids saying, this one's eating. And yep, it is. Forest cobra, Africa. Oh geez. Okay, I have to. This is Wilson, the turtle. She's in there. Oh, phone's freaking out. Rio Grande cooter, North America. Pretty unfazed by the water. This is a golden eagle. Black vulture. I think this is a condor. Alright, our penguin hopefully will come back up and say hi. Oh, there we go. Hi, guys. Hi. I'm gonna try to decide between the pizza or the chicken strips. Kind of the chicken strips actually look better in person than the screen. The fries are pretty good. Some zebras. Okay, lunch was really good. I was actually pretty impressed with that. The chicken strips were very good. They came out super hot. Like, I'd rip them apart and you could just see the steam coming out, which I think is pretty impressive for a zoo. Also, it was a ton of fries. I ended up throwing a good chunk of those away because there's just too many. I feel good. I mean, it was expensive. Zoos are expensive for food. But I do feel good about the money I spent for the taste and value. This is pretty cool. This is the amphibian section. So if you have a phobia of any amphibians, you might want to skip this part of the video. It's pretty. Sound effects, more art. Kind of a tiny section, but cool. I think it's cool to see the frogs. See the baby in there.
Oh, it's probably a little warm for them to have.
There's a little baby hippo. Get off me, fly. Those are like attracted to me, I swear. Yeah, this is a nice habitat. Aww. Man, these squirrels love these habitats. Oh, it's getting to be about 1. It's 1:30. So I think a lot of the animals are hot and tired. There's a tiger. Maybe a baby. He doesn't have the best view. It's got a nice pond. Watering hole. smell that bird is way up there. Looks like he drools when he sleeps.
Oh, see him, Gus? Right there. Look, he's gonna go up the waterfall. There he goes. He's smelling the air. He's gonna go down the slide. Watch.
Alright, now we're at the aquarium part. Jellyfishies. Let's walk through the aquarium. Alright, we're in the botanical garden part now, which I actually didn't think I was gonna go into this part because this is not necessarily my cup of jam, but the aquarium is under construction, which I'm so glad that they, were able to have the money to do that, to be able to expand the zoo and the aquarium. That's amazing. But it made the aquarium really not worth it. Like, it was maybe 2.5 rooms of items. It was cool to see the scuba divers in there cleaning, so that was kind of nice. They had a couple pretty fish, but yeah, it was kind of a letdown. I'm sure once they're done with their construction, it's probably gonna be pretty awesome. So I have a little more time to kill before hotel check-in, so I thought I would do a quick little turnabout. Here's a nice shaded area. Yeah. So it's good right now that the aquarium includes this, because if it was like a third cost, no. I also haven't mentioned I forgot my sunglasses in my backpack. So going sunglassless, which is a challenge for me. Ooh, yeah, this smells very rosy. Painting the roses red. This is the Mediterranean garden. I prefer the smell in here versus the roses. It is humid in here though. It's pretty. They have a railroad village like they do in Epcot. Something railroad garden. Oh, those are pretty. All right, in my room, we're at the Hyatt place, Albuquerque Airport. So we have a king room, got a humongous couch, a little footrest there, little desk area, $5 water. Then we have the back little splash counter here, our fridge, a little coffee, a little sinky underneath, mirror. We've got some water art and flower art. Fun little decorations, a couple cups, little shelvies. I do feel like the TV is, there we go. Let's go a little better maybe. It's a good size. Our bathroom is there, so it's kind of, I don't know, like the sink is outside the bathroom. A big area, lots of drawers there. There's our closet. It's kind of tiny. Extra linens, your iron, your rack, your board. There's also a full-length mirror on the door of the closet. Bathroom's tiny. It's all right. It's all right. Another full-length mirror. They don't want people to check their outfits. Kent MD Skincare is their brand. I know I've stayed at a Hyatt, but I think it's been a very long time. And then the bed, a king. Our thermostat's over there. Wilson will go with 66. Little side table with a clock. I think that actually is a clock with the right time. Little charging port, that's nice. Little lightsies. Let's see. Oh, actually, this bed's actually pretty comfortable. I would say maybe more comfortable than the one in Vegas, but I guess it depends on what you're looking for. The one in Vegas was more firm. This is more soft. And then here's our view of the Holiday Inn. Nothing chilling at the Holiday Inn. So yeah, you know, there's some scuffies on the wall and the ceiling. It's always interesting how those happen. Yeah, I think overall, nice room. The staff have been friendly. The reason I kind of chose this one, it was close to the airport. They had an airport shuttle, which I liked. And then they also have a local shuttle that will go like 2.5 mile radius. So if you want to go, you know, to like a Walgreens nearby, they will take you. I'm going to ask them to take me to dinner tonight. So I just, you know, saved a little bit of money that way. But yeah. And I also booked it through this perk we have at work called Tickets to Work. So I got it a little bit cheaper. I think it's like $135 a night. Incidental fee here is $70. All right, we're at dinner, the Route 66 Diner. Milkshakes. Banana split, sundaes. Pies, carrot cake. Here's their history. Fried okra. New Mexico green chili stew. Deluxe plates. Liver and onions, wow. New Mexico favorite. Supposed to be really good burgers. Hot dogs. Cool pet dispensers, Route 66 signage. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking in here. All right, got the onion rings and the chicken, green chili, macaroni, and cheese. Something a little bit different than I would normally get. But the waiter said he really likes it, and I wanted to try something with green chilies. So outside of the diner is kind of this cool wall with some Route 66 like art and memorabilia. It's fun. Dinner was great, very yummy. I'm super full. I don't know, the chicken for some reason in there was super good, and the green chilies was just enough to give it a little bit of spice, but you know, not enough to burn your mouth or anything. Yeah, I got like real busy in there when I was leaving. So I'm on my way to a ghost tour. Generally, they don't allow any recording on those things, but maybe I can get some pictures and voiceover. We'll see kind of what there is, if it's really worth it or not. But I'll tell you how the experience was for sure. All right, well, my ride should be here in a minute. Good morning. All right, I have some thoughts from yesterday. I think I shared about the zoo, aquarium, botanical garden, and dinner. So let me tell you about the ghost tour. It was very good. It was Haunted Histories and Ghost Tours, Old Town, Albuquerque. If I got that name wrong, I'll put it in on the screen. But our tour guides was Brandon and Andy. Andy was more like making sure no one came up on our group and that, you know, we were safe. And then Brandon was the one that was like actually sharing the stories and stuff. Both were great, very friendly. We actually had a pretty good sized group. There was me, Vishnu, and then probably a family of like 6 older folk. So there's probably like 8 of us, I would say, 8 or 9 of us. So it was a pretty good sized group, which I was a little nervous because they did send a message if they didn't get at least 3 people that they would cancel. So it was like a Monday night. I was like, I don't know. But it worked out. We learned about like a brothel ghosts. We've learned about children ghosts, hatchet lady, which the hatchet one doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And they kind of like help you get to the conclusion that maybe this one's a little fishy. A horse ghost with a soldier, that was kind of cool. Very nice story about that one. Same with the saloon ghost, she was very good. Well, the brothel ghost, and then the saloon lower end brothel, good stories there as well. That was like a mountain man, and older lady, so those were good stories. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Something a little different that they did that I haven't seen others do is that they actually use a flashlight to like kind of show areas, flash it, you know, when they were talking about like this window and stuff. I haven't seen anybody else do that. And they also had a little computer. That was part of Andy's gig, to bring out the computer and like the audio. And we saw some clips from like a Discovery episode when they came and did it on the hatchet lady, and then some of the voice phenomenons that are in like what was a graveyard at one point. So yeah, I definitely would suggest it. I think on TripAdvisor, I want to say it was like 27 or something. It was definitely like no more than 37, but I'm leaning more towards like 30-ish. So yeah, I definitely think it was worth it. All right, now future me will go into the resource for today's video. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. All right, so the resource for today's video is actually going to be kind of a compilation of them. So this is August, just barely, of 2026, and the Canadian wildfires were pretty heavy a couple weeks ago. The smoke was coming, you know, into our area as well. So I wanted to share some resources that could benefit those that are impacted or those that want to help. So
Also how you can prepare for wildfires. So you can view that here. This is Red Cross Canada's website, and I'll link this below. Helpful information after a wildfire. So returning home can be difficult. So it gives you some information there. There's also the Red Cross Guide to Wildfire Recovery, home inventory checklist. And I got a cat that's gonna, yep, that's Grayson. Hello, Grayson. But then there's also understanding your insurance, homeowners. A lot about insurance here on the website, which is great because that is so difficult. Taking care of yourself and others, so guide to recovery, caregivers and parents, coping with crisis, guidebook for well-being and recovery, the effects of disaster, so the Mental Health Association for Canada, First Nations Help for Wellness, Kids Help Phone Line, Bell, Let's Talk, and then how to become a volunteer. So lots of great options here on this website. And of course, you can donate directly to the Red Cross of Canada to support those that are impacted by the wildfires. All right, well, let me know if you have any questions. Also, if you're in the area, you can dial 211 or go to the 211 website for your area, and they'll also have some resources, information about recovering from this disaster. Thank you.